Sunday 11th of October, and my plan is to have a nice, quiet, relaxing day today. I've done my washing, that's all hanging out ready for work through the week, and I have been knitting. So, this is the start of my jumper that I'm making. That's probably about, I would say, maybe 9 hours work. I've been plugging away through the week. Bought the wool last week with Charlie and Ruby, and this is the jumper that I'm knitting. So hopefully it turns out somewhat like that. Initially I was thinking, what am I going to do when I'm in quarantine for a couple of weeks, and while I've even been sitting around here in New Zealand not being able to do much, knitting is always something that I've done but haven't done for a while. So I finally went out and bought some wool, and I am knitting, and that is my plan today, is to knit, maybe a bit of reading, a bit of journaling, my washing, and probably not much more today, because you kind of need a day off here and there. So Friday night I got home and it was Karis's ball, so they finally used that HQ that I tidied up to drive her and her friends to the school ball with Mark's Ford Galaxy as well, and that was a really nice evening with lots of nibblies and stuff, and people around, and a bit of socialising, which was pretty cool. And then Saturday I was supposed to do some work on the van at work because it needs some bits welded, but I got conned and ended up working on the priming up the Lincoln that I had prepped up on Friday, which was a bit of a bummer, but I think the boys will get together and give me a hand maybe after work, now that they're more aware of what needs to be done on the van. So there's nothing happening on that front, and as much as it would be nice to maybe get in and do it today, I just thought, no, I need a quiet day just to spend in my room on my own, doing my own stuff. So that is what I'm doing, and now it's back to more knitting and purling. I did spend most of the day in my room. I did a bit of knitting. I've done a little bit more. I've just started the top of the pattern, so I kind of got a bit done today. And I probably won't get much done through the week. It's probably a bit hard after work. And I did have a couple of breaks up in the house. We did play a game of frustration, and the Rogers crew, you'll be pleased to know, I did yous all proud. I won, you beauty. So while I was checking Wi-Fi on one of my breaks, I've discovered that Melbourne is going into lockdown for another 4 weeks. So they're not coming, or it's not being announced again until, I think, 10th November. So I'm a little less confident that the airport will open up. And even if it does open up, if we go via Sydney, we can fly down to Melbourne, because we can go into Melbourne. But if they're still in lockdown, we can't come out, which means I would have to source accommodation. And if those flights don't happen on the 2nd, I've got to go to Auckland to get, if they don't open up Christchurch. The ones on the 4th of December are from Auckland, so I've got to somehow get up to Auckland, and yesterday the flights were $49. Today they're $59. I don't know if I'll use them though. So the original plan was to use a $1 hire card. It's a relocation hire. So we pay $1, we get a tank of fuel. It'll take us from here, we self-drive from here to Picton, where we drop it off. Then we catch the ferry across. Then we can get another $1 relocation hire car with a tank of fuel to go from Wellington to Auckland, and they give us 2 days to do so. So that's an option, but in that I need to organise accommodation for Auckland in. And if you do Airbnbs now, they're a little bit cheaper and there's a little bit more of them. If the longer you wait, the less there is. But I don't know if we're going to need it. So it's all still really up in the air, uh, which is a bit of a bugger. So it was nice to just relax a little bit, I guess, and just do some knitting and be creative. This is interesting and fun. And it was great fun whipping everybody's arse at cards too.